Thank you for the introduction. So I worked here last year as a support worker for students with additional needs here at Brunel. And it was going to those creative writing classes with them that made me think, you know what? I'm going to have a go. So I'm starting the Masters here in September. And since January, I've been performing at open mics. Thank you to my superfan down there. Thank you to my girlies for coming today. So this is open mic number 12. And the inspiration here from Benjamin was the fact that he wrote about love. So the 3 poems that I've chosen today are all about love. Can I take this out? Okay, so the first one is about my Jack Russell. He's 16 and a half years old. It's called To Dog, My Best Boy. When I got up this morning, he'd pooped on the floor again, somewhere between midnight and the very moment when I walked into the kitchen to the overwhelming odour of 3 gigantic runny dumps awaiting on the floor. But did I shout and did I rant? Did I castigate poor Muttley? I wanted to, that's for sure. Words rose, but then Butby quivered and he shivered and his sad eyes looked right up at me. Obviously so frightened stiff, I couldn't be the baddie that would tell him he was naughty, that would tell him he was wrong, just for 3 disgusting poops and 1 almighty pong. Instead, I greeted him quite kindly. And I said, oh no, you poor old thing. And, mouth breathing, it is true, took time for stroking him, a quick caress, a loving croon, fur, flesh, bone beneath my hand. Is there a feeling that compares to the love between dog and his woman? That unconditional flowing charge, that knowledge you're each other's, faithful companions, shadow pups, not siblings and not lovers, unless you're Lois and he's Brian on that episode on TV where Peter dies and Brian steps in, it gets all a bit icky. Anyway, I find myself a little way off track. Let's think of dogs, their marvellousness, if I could bring you back.
Look, look, I brought you a dead thing. Watch me roll in the dirt. A smell, a squirrel, another dog. I'll protect you, don't get hurt. I'll follow you through pregnancy. I'll square my shoulders and I'll swagger. I'll bark and growl and defend you. Touch that pram and I will have you. I'll keep you company as you work. I'll fill your office full of farts. I'll be there whenever you need me. I'll take all your pain and hurts. I'll listen as you pour your woes into my silken ears. I'll be your canine go-between. I'll soak up angst and fears. I'll bark a warning, say hello. We'll never have a huff. Except when you put my raincoat on, I think it's fair enough. It's embarrassing for a dog like me, with age, status and pomp, to acknowledge that I get chilly and I can't make it out to dump. But I'll still visit you every hour as you lie in your sick bed. That jingle jingle noise you hear is not inside your head. It's me. I'm here. I came to see if you were feeling quite all right. I know you shouldn't be in there, 'cause bed is just for night.
All of this wordless exchange passes through hand and fur and joy, a tickle here, an ear rub there, for my faithful loving boy. I make the most and do not shout. What will I do when he is gone? I cannot bear the thought of losing him, my best boy number 1. So I grab the paper and the gloves, the disinfectant too. I start my day, like so many days, clearing up someone else's poo. Okay, so the second one, I've been working as a carer for the last couple of months. So this one is entitled, To All the Older Women Who've Provided Me with the Perfect Role Model. I've always loved those slightly blunt older women who say things like, now then, let's see what we have here, and come on, chop chop, I haven't got all day, but not in a mean way. In fact, in a way that shows that they are secretly on your side, because they also say, come, and let's get it over with. Everyone's got one. Nothing I haven't seen before. While they apply cream or bandages or simply test that nothing is broken this time. And then they say, briskly passing hands together, all done. And there, here's a tissue and a hot sweet tea. And they let you drink it. And for a moment, there is a beautiful pause while you snuffle and subside. And then it is back to business. Scram, shoo, be off with you. And they busy themselves with the next thing that needs tough, gruff love. And finally, this one is for my girls who are here, and they have never seen this before because it's not on Instagram. So this is called, To My Big Girls, I Ask, Where Do You Think You Got Your Lips? I peer into the mirror blind to all the faults I used to find. Immediately, when I could see the flaws that blighted the young me, I know my eyebrows are quite furry, but luckily it's very blurry. The spots that plague my adult temples would have sent the young me mental. Scratching, squeezing, clawing at pores, leaving craters, open sores. The bliss, though, when I struck a pus-filled mine. Now I watch this stuff online. I know I'm supposed to fret and worry. Down to the salon I should hurry. Get some cream, slap it on my lines. Try to erase marching tracks of time. Get someone to take a needle full of arse. Inject it in, make my face a mask. Smooth and perfect, lush and young. Not invisible yet, not overdone. Get rid of all the times I smiled, the times I giggled with my child. The moments where I stressed or thought was animated, holding court. I should hate my sagging jaw, which I admit I do see as a flaw. But why? My skin, it's soft like love, and when I would reach my hand above and stroke the velvet of my granny's neck, a feeling like my favourite pet, and she'd let me touch, a sweet distraction, a pause, a break, a soothing action. I look again, pluck blindly at air, missing each time those pesky hairs. I know there's one in my chin again, a bristly feather from a hen, poking quill side out of a cushion or pillow, tricky to gasp, such length follows. Placed in your palm, commands awe and respect. If you laid them together, these hairs, they'd connect right around the world, made up only of hairs, though, from women and girls. Only their hair is ugly, unsightly, disgusting. Or is that still a thing now? Maybe I am discussing an issue that's truly no longer a thing. Maybe my beard is actually in right now. Like, I am on trend. Let it blow in the wind. My ladies and friends. But back to the mirror. Seriously now. Mascara on. You can see how to do that at least. But where are your lashes? They've got skinny and spindly, falling out in patches. Ugh! You should be sticking some new ones on to replace the tragedy that's upped and gone. You should apply glue or even magnets. Yes, you hear right, that's how crazy it gets. We stick on these bunches of fake plastic hair. It's like Snuffleupagus is staring back there. And finally, my lips, so embarrassingly small. My girls squint so hard. Have you got a mouth at all? I think of Grandma, the other side of the fam, and her feelings on those women who were mutton dressed as lamb. We'd hang out at her dressing table, trying not to crowd her. First this, she'd say, applying sweet-smelling powder. Then Cupid's bow. Each point dressed with lipstick. She'd smash, fleck to get... Oh, right. We'd hang at her dressing table, trying not to crowd her. First this, she would say, applying sweet-smelling powder. Then Cupid's bow, each point dressed with lipstick. She'd smack flesh together, give teeth a quick lick. It's a heart, you see, something to aim for. She'd pout and she'd smile, a change from the dower. But now pouts are rubber rings, they're lush and they're plump, all teeny muse-bouches are thoroughly gazumped. I guess I am lucky the pressure on me is so low that I can just decide I'll let myself go. If you want to do it, hey, you can do you. We've all got to help ourselves battle on through, but don't do it because you're afraid of old age. Don't do it because lipo's become all the rage. Don't trap yourself scaffolding a face that is young. Use the money instead to go out and have fun. The more I consider it, the more I just feel I'm afraid I will stick with my face that is real, a face that is scornful and angry and funny, a face that won't make me a load of money, a face that is mine, no regrets, no regrets. Lips that track life, and do not forget to kiss my babies goodnight, and my lover too. I think if it's okay, that my face will do.